feel so free because you love this land and you're my brother. That ain't place you know I'm gonna stand. If you say you can't breathe, I'll show you we can. Ain't never gonna stop believing. We were born for freedom. We're born for freedom.
Howdy, y'all. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed Texas Day. This is my third live stream that I've done today because certain people are getting mad at me for not putting up content because, you know, I'm tired all the time, sleepy when I get home. It's hard to do it the way I used to do it. It honestly is. It really is. We have so much to talk about. So today I went to the Capitol and it was beautiful inside. It was just relaxing and it felt so respectful and so I felt so civic being there. It was really, really nice. So if you guys want the Red Pill Jenny Capital of Texas in Austin personal tour, go back and check that out. Then I went to a bar called Schultz, which is the oldest bar in Austin, Texas. And the food was fucking fantastic. It's a German bar. And we have a lot of, Central Texas has a lot of German history. For example, New Braunfels is less than 30 minutes from where I live. And there's a lot of German influence here in Central Texas. So it was really good. The food was amazing. And I've eaten at a lot of German restaurants, some of the best German restaurants out there. I've been to a lot of Oktoberfest, and this is one of the best restaurants I've ever been to. So thumbs up for Shoals. Service was lacking, but we know that Texas. We know what my complaints about the service industry in Texas are. I mean, it's the service out here is really bad in a lot of places that I've been. People talk a lot of shit about California, but in California, servers and bartenders work. They do more than the bare minimum because, you know, when you have two jobs and you've got really expensive rent, you can't afford to ignore your customers. So I guess it's just better in California. You know, not everything's better in Texas. And frankly, the only thing that's bigger in Texas, honestly, is the hype. So even though I had a really fun day and it was really positive, I unfortunately am about to start talking some shit. You guys have heard me say this on this channel. You've heard me say it on my Instagram channel. But before we get into that, if you are not following me on the gram, I am Red Pill Jenny on the gram, Twitter, Rage, Red Pill, TikTok at not pill, Red Pill Rage. If you want to send me an email, I am redpill_rage@protonmail.com. Please don't spam me. Please don't spam me. You know, some people, you give them a fucking inch and they take a mile. And it gets really, really old. It gets really old. And I'm getting kind of sick of it. You know, I say, hey, yes, shoot me an email, shoot me a text. And then I end up getting spammed with 100 fucking videos. Some of you know who you are if you've done that to me. It's very entitled. It's very entitled to expect a complete stranger who is not your friend, someone who doesn't know you from Adam, someone you've never met before, to just spam them with fucking 100 emails in a day of random videos that you think I have the time to watch. It's very entitled. It's not respectful of me. It's not respectful of my life. It's not respectful of my time. Please don't do that. Send me an email. Just, you know, say what's up. Let me know how you're doing. Maybe put a couple of links of something that you want me to do a story on or something you want me to watch. Cool. Cool. But don't fucking spam me with shit because you don't have a job and you sit at home all day and you think that you're educating me somehow. Don't do that, please. Email me respectfully. Okay. Turn on. Okay. Let me remove my Rumble. Cancel. Okay. No, we're good. We're good. Truth Social, Gab, and Rumble, Red Pill Rage. And please, please go visit my brand new website, redpillreadingclub.com. The podcast is live on Spotify and iHeartRadio. I think there's something wrong with the iTunes link, Apple Podcast link, but I am going to fix it because I am good at WordPress now. I'm not an expert, but I have educated myself and I have troubleshot a lot of problems with WordPress, and I'm proud of myself that I forced myself to learn something new, and I am extremely proud of this website. It is not the most aesthetically pleasing, but all the information is on there. It's very concise. You should be able to get anything you want, and I just feel, I'm just feeling myself. I'm just feeling myself. I feel good about it. Anyhow, so complaints about Texas. You're an alien. We all are. I feel like I don't belong here. And I don't know if that's like PTSD and childhood trauma, or if that is me feeling so uncomfortable in my own skin. I don't know what it is. Or maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not human. I don't know. I could be something else. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm trans aquatic. Like maybe that's why I like the water so much. Maybe I'm really a mermaid trapped inside a human's body. Maybe you're really an alien trapped inside a human's body. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, all right. So I'm finna talk some shit about Texas. So yes, the only thing bigger in Texas is the hype. Okay. Now, a lot of you are going to sit here and you say, well, you haven't seen that many parts of Texas and Austin is not really Texas. Okay. All right. Well, what do you guys have to say about Houston? Because Houston is like LA. Austin is like San Francisco. Oh, thank you, Richard. Thank you. Mwah, appreciate that. That is a very beautiful comment. And I am trying to keep the faith. Thank you for encouraging me. I appreciate that so much. And everyone's like, oh, this isn't really Texas. Well, I've been to some cities in between. I've been to Waco. I've been to Killeen. I've been to San Antonio. I've been to Conroe. I've been to DFW. Well, that's Dallas. I've been to Grand. I've been to Grandview, Texas. So, like, I've seen all the in between. I haven't fully grasped the strength and might of Texas. Maybe I'm wrong. But let me tell you what I've experienced here. Okay. What I've experienced is that when blue communist radical progressive influences come into this state, the cowboys like to sit back and they like to polish their guns and hold their fucking rifles and sit back and talk about, oh, well, it ain't gonna come to my doorstep. Yeah, it won't. But if you're willing to let your cities be overtaken by radical forces, radical communist forces, the truth is, I really don't have a lot of respect for you. I just don't. I just don't. Because when we need you, you cowboys are not fucking there. Let me give you an example. Let me pull this up on the gram. I don't know. Have you guys seen what happened in Dallas this past week with the harassment of just regular people. Let's see, saved. Let's see if it's in here. Here. Okay. So Cowboys, where you at? Where the fuck? If you ain't in Dallas, then where the fuck you at? Where you at? Because see, that reminds me of what happened 2 years ago when I got bear sprayed for the first time at a rally. I didn't see no Cowboys nowhere. I didn't see no Patriots nowhere. You remember when Brandon Straka and Mikey Harlow and Karlin Bershenko got attacked in Dallas? Where was the Patriots at? Where was the Cowboys at? You see, that sure as fuck. If that's Texas, y'all might as well be in Berkeley. Because that's how it is in Berkeley. That's how it is in Portland. That's how it is in LA. That's how it is in San Francisco. I thought y'all Cowboys was bad. Oh, it ain't gonna come to our doorstep. Well, it's here. Oh, well, that's Dallas. That's Houston. That's El Paso. That's Austin. So y'all don't care about what happens to regular people? Y'all don't care about what happens to other patriots? Like as long as we don't set foot in these 4 or 5 cities, y'all not concerned. See, y'all Texans so full of shit. And besides that, honestly, okay, y'all do most of the places I've been to, y'all brisket ain't that good. Y'all don't season your food. You don't make with the exception of Salt Lick. Salt Lick was very good. I had some good brisket at this really amazing food truck where the owner of the food truck was actually a chef. And that makes a huge difference because, see, we wash our meat, we trim our meat, we make sure there's just enough fat cap, we season our meat. Unlike y'all Texans talking about y'all brisket all the motherfucking time, and all y'all brisket is fucking bland as shit. I'll put my brisket up against any pitmaster in this motherfucking state. And you can take that to the bank. Anyhow, your service industry is shit. You ain't doing nothing about the border. Where your vigilantes at? Where your where your veterans at? You know what I mean? Like this whole thing with the Uvalde thing, I understand it's a small town. Maybe they didn't feel prepared to go into the school as quickly as they should have, but why not? Y'all cops gonna hold back the parents who got the guns? Oh, let's talk about your Mexican food. Your Mexican food is garbage here, by the way. By the way, and this is the most shocking thing. How y'all live so close to Mexico and your Mexican food is shit. The only good Mexican food that I've had since I've moved here has been at a bodega. Okay, and I actually ate there today. It was fucking amazing. But that level of quality traditional Mexican food is like everywhere you go in California, everywhere you go in Nevada. Like, do y'all not let y'all Mexicans cook real Mexican food here? I don't get what's going on here. I don't understand the not seasoning your food. Okay, that's enough. Y'all Texans is weak. Y'all Texans is pussies. I'm sorry. And you know, I've been grinding in my mind for 2 years, grinding in my mind, pining in my mind, like racking my brain trying to understand, why are you such pussies? And I think, hey, clue, it ain't because I'm in Austin. It ain't, let's not. I just covered that right before you came in the chat. Okay. I started listening to a podcast, and I have to tell you, this young man has a podcast that is probably the best podcast that I've seen on the conservative side or heard on the conservative side. His name is Anthony. He's a vet. He's very young, but he knows what he stands for. The name of his podcast is called The Christian Constitutionalist. Hi, my name is, welcome everyone. My name is Anthony Avolio. I'm a Christian husband, veteran, and an American. If you're looking for information that is accurate, biblical, constitutional, you have come to the right place. Join me as we dive into the Bible and the Constitution to learn how to take back our homeland. We have a country to save. Let me tell y'all something. Please go find him on Spotify. Go find him on iHeartRadio. I believe he's on Anchor. I don't know if he's on iTunes or not. But let me tell you, besides myself and Dan Bongino, I would say this kid has the best podcast I have ever heard in regards to this subject matter. I am thoroughly intrigued and impressed because he is so research heavy, and I love that about him. So he did a podcast, and we're going to listen to all 30 minutes of it, called Foreign Countries Buying Land in the USA. And I have over the past probably 4 or 5 days, I've probably listened to at least 5 to 6 episodes of his. And this is the one that gave me the answers as to why everyone in Texas is such a little bitch. Okay. And it really was a striking parallel that I felt, because I understand why California has succumbed to communist influence, because see, the Chinese didn't need to buy up our land in California. All they needed to do was buy up and control Silicon Valley. So they used California to control social media, which in turn, as we all know, is mind control. And then they were real slick, and they came into Texas to buy up acres. Now, before we get started, here's what I want everyone to do, okay? I want everyone to go into their search, okay, and don't use Google. The only reason I'm on Google is because of that's what I have to use on StreamYard. But as far as research goes, you need to use another search engine and browser, okay? But just for shits and giggles, all I want you to do is type in Chinese-owned land in Texas. And then from there, you are going to see all of the articles that have been written over the past several years that are going to help you understand what this podcast is about. So without further ado, let's go ahead and listen to the Christian constitutionalist, Anthony. And I'm telling you, this kid is my brother from another mother. There are things that he says verbatim. A lot of the phrases that he uses are exactly like mine. And I am just like, oh my God, this is my brother. This kid is my fucking twin. He just started his podcast. He's doing an excellent job. His sound quality is great. His focus is great, and his episodes are really, really short too. He keeps them under 30 minutes, which shows me he has a lot of respect for his audience. Okay. Christian, I'm sorry, Anthony, if you're listening, shout out to you. You are a fantastic podcaster. I can't wait to meet you. He lives in San Antonio. His wife has like this American products line of things that she sells that are made in America. Like, these people are living it. And I love that. I respect that. And there are very few people that I have respect for anymore. There's a lot of people, a lot of influencers. We've talked about this on this channel. There's a big difference between an entertainer and an activist. There's a big difference between someone who is selling t-shirts and someone who is providing action items. Okay. This kid is exactly what I'm looking for. And I hope that you as well will go find him. I'll put up a bar, but let's listen.
Streaming on Anchor April 12th. So it hasn't even been a month yet. And I cannot believe the amount of support that I have received since. Y'all have been absolutely amazing. I appreciate y'all listening. I appreciate y'all taking the time to hear what I have to say. And I also appreciate y'all sharing my podcast. Please continue to share. Please continue to listen. You know, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to message me on any of my platforms. Pretty soon, I do plan on posting an email on my Instagram, so y'all can message me through the app, but also y'all can message me through email. So again, thank you to everyone for listening, and please continue to do so, and please continue to share. The topic that I want to discuss is foreign countries buying land in the USA. This is a topic that's not discussed as much. I don't hear it really on any news outlets. Look, there's a lot of stuff going on in our country. I get it. But even before all this happened, I hadn't really heard of much, okay? And I first found out about this before I left the military. So we're talking about maybe 10 months ago, 12 months ago. And it blew my mind when I found out about this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read some articles. I'm going to give y'all the name of the publishers, the titles, and read just some of the paragraphs that they provide, okay? And then y'all can do y'all's research and look these up yourselves. But the first thing is American Military News. This is the first article. China is buying billions in U.S. farmland, and lawmakers are scrambling to try to stop them. I don't think lawmakers are scrambling to try to stop them because it seems like our government continues to take our tax dollars and fund them. So I'm not sure how accurate that is. I don't think it is as accurate, but that's the title. Okay? So here we go. U.S. lawmakers are acting with increased concern as Chinese purchasers are buying tens of thousands of acres of U.S. farmland. As of the start of 2020, Chinese investors owned about 100 192,000 acres of U.S. agricultural land, valued at about $1.9 billion, according to Politico. While Chinese land ownership in the U.S. is less than that of other foreign nations, the growth in Chinese land ownership is part of an overall trend in China rapidly buying up other countries' farmland over more than a decade. In 2018, the U.S. Department of Agriculture, USDA, reported that China's agricultural investments in other nations had grown more than tenfold what they had. Let me stop you right there. Let me just stop right there. Did I get y'all's attention? I hope so. Because this is in some way an invasion on our homeland. China's not only buying up other land in other countries, but they're even buying hundreds of thousands of acres on U.S. soil. Let's go to another one. This article is by Breitbart. The title is Chinese.
Okay, so real quick, like I said, the reason I want you to just search it and bookmark it and read these articles later, the articles that I'm showing on the screen are mainstream articles. The articles he's talking about, I guess, would be considered conservative, or he talked about the military, he talked about Breitbart. Okay, most people don't look at Breitbart, and I mean, we do. We look at Breitbart, but most people don't. What did the ones I just showed you? What was that? Okay. Forbes magazine. The first one was Forbes, wasn't it? Come on, internet. Okay. Forbes magazine. TexasBorderBusiness.com. The Daily Mail in UK. Foreignpolicy.com. Hello, I mean, this is like normal mainstream shit. Okay?
This buys large swath of land in Texas, alarming lawmakers. Now, when my wife and I were talking about where to move before I got out of the military, obviously we chose Texas. But one of my concerns is that, man, foreign countries, especially China.
I mean, look at this one. This is change.org. This is the most progressive petition site that has been around for 20, 30 fucking years. I remember signing change.org petitions when I was 18 years old. This is mainstream research. You can find this stuff on mainstream research. This isn't conspiracy theory craziness.
Have bought a lot of land on U.S. soil, even Texas. Check this out. Y'all are going to want to listen to this. What started as Texans seeking to protect a local river has morphed into a political firestorm after a Chinese billionaire and member in good standing with the Chinese Communist Party snapped up 140,000 acres in the state on the border with Mexico near Laughlin Air Force Base. This was written, before we continue, this was written last year, August of 2021. This is just last year, okay? I don't know how to say this guy's name, so I may butcher it, so forgive me, but y'all can look it up yourselves, and y'all can study this more, and y'all may even know how to pronounce his name right. But it says, Chinese real estate tycoon Sun Guangqin is not only a neighbor to a top U.S. military installation, but he is planning a wind farm on the property, meaning the operation could be connected to the electricity grid in the state. Hold up. Wait a minute. What?
By the way, this article that I'm bringing up here from the Austin American Statesman, which is a paper out here, this is from 2017. So this isn't new, okay? We're not making this shit up.
This billionaire, this Chinese billionaire, and member in good standing with who? The Chinese Communist Party. So basically what that means is the land that he bought, the 140,000 acres in Texas that's on the border with Mexico near Laughlin Air Force Base, is connected. This guy is connected with the Chinese Communist Party, which means the land that he bought is also their land. Not only that, but the operation could be connected to the electricity grid in the state. Hold up. Whoa. Why hasn't Texas made this one of their top priorities? Why is it that we have states like Iowa and Hawaii, and there's a few others I can't remember on top of my head, that put restrictions on foreign countries buying land, but we got the great state of Texas that won't? Come on. Look, there's a lot of great things about Texas, but this is not one of them. This is not one of them. You know, I think even in some states, I think Iowa was one of them. They not only put restrictions on other countries, but they restrict any country other than those who are in the U.S. to buy their land, which is, I mean, how it should be. Or put very strict restrictions on foreign countries where they can only buy a small piece of land, very minimal, but not around our power grid or not around our our military bases. Come on now. Where's the common sense? Senator Ted Cruz says these wind farms affect our training routes and pose a severe risk to our national security. The Chinese Communist Party has demonstrated time and again they're willing to invest billions of dollars to expand their espionage capabilities and their global reach, including through land purchase schemes near military bases. Come on.
Oh, it's not going to come to our doorstep. It's not going to come to our doorstep.
In fact, two pieces of legislation have been crafted locally and nationally to protect the U.S. against foreign investors. Texas Governor Greg Abbott signed the Lone Star Infrastructure Protection Act into law in June. As far as I know, this is the first law of its kind by any state in the United States of America. Abbott said of the bill designed to prevent hostile nations from accessing Texas' electricity grid and other critical infrastructure, such as computer networks and waste treatment systems. That's all fine and well, but why is it that they have that land still? Look at what China did. Look, I'm gonna say this, and y'all know I am not politically correct, and I say things that a lot of people aren't willing to say out in public. So I'm gonna say this. Did China not commit crimes against humanity when they released the China virus? Look at the millions that they killed.
Well, not really.
And that's just China that I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the fools in D.C. and all around the country that were bought by China who allowed this to happen. We're just talking about China right now. Why is it that they do not pay for their actions? Why? Why is it
China?
They're still able to still have slave labor, why is it that they're still able to buy all this land in other countries and in our country? Why is it that they are getting away with forcing their women to get abortions and sterilizing the men? Why isn't this talked about enough? And why is it that they still have all these liberties to do whatever they want, whenever they want, however they want? This is an issue. We must hold them accountable. This is ridiculous here. This is ridiculous. And you know what? It's a crying shame that we have to sit back and watch them continue to do this, because we don't have enough backbone in our government to stand up against these people, because you know what? They have money going underneath the table. These people in our government the majority of them are bought. No ifs, ands, buts about it. This is a crying shame. And that's why the Bible explicitly says that the love of money is the root of all evil. Not money is the root of all evil. I hear people say that too much, and it's because they have not read their Bible. It's the love of money is the root of all evil. If you love money, that you're willing to go against your own country, and let's be real, is that not treason? Is that not treason? If you are willing to be bought out, you are vulnerable. You are vulnerable and you are weak.
Tell it, Anthony.
This is a crying shame that's going on in our country. People, do your research on this. I'm not even through yet. There are many articles that you can read. I'm on my last one. I'll give you all three. This is by CSIS, Center for Strategic and International Studies. This was written September 8th, 2021. So very recent, guys. This is all within a year. Title is Foreign Purchases of U.S. Agricultural Land, Facts, Figures, and an Assessment of Real Threats. Check this out, people. Land grabbing, when a government, company, or other entity purchases large swaths of land in another country, can affect local land rights and agricultural production, sometimes putting local food security at risk. While such purchases in low and middle income countries have been covered extensively, they also happen here in the United States. People, listen what I'm about to say. This is what it says. Foreign ownership of U.S. agricultural land doubled from 2009 to 2019, according to U.S. Department of Agriculture, USDA records. And policymakers have become increasingly concerned about foreign control of the U.S. food supply. Obviously, they have not become increasingly concerned, or else we wouldn't be in the situation we're in right now. But okay. Question 1. Where and why are foreign entities purchasing farmland in the United States? Answer 1. USDA records provide the best source of information on foreign-held agricultural land, although they are still incomplete and contain many errors, as explained in Alpha 3 below. According to USDA data, foreign investors owned at least 35.2 million acres of U.S. agricultural land in 2019. 2.7% of U.S. farmland, and an area almost the size of Iowa. Hold up.
The fuck?
Foreign investors owned at least 35.2 million acres of U.S. agricultural land in 2019, which is 2.7% of U.S. farmland, an area almost the size of Iowa.
Did y'all hear that?
Whoa.
Did y'all hear that?
Whoa. I hope that y'all are taking this seriously. This is a huge problem. I'm going to keep on reading. While foreign land ownership has been reported in all 50 states and Puerto Rico, the holdings are concentrated in particular states. Hear this. The greatest share is in Texas, with over 4.4 million acres, followed by Maine, 3.3 million acres, and Alabama, 1.8 million acres.
Hold up. Okay, so not California? What's up with that, Texas? What's up, Texas? Where the fuck you at? Where you at, Cowboys? Where the fuck you at? You want to sit here and tell me it's Maine? No, it's Texas. And listen, if you want to talk numbers and you want to say, okay, Texas is the largest state, so it's going to be disproportionately higher. Okay, you can use that argument because there is more farmland here. But I would have thought I would have thought California would have been number one. You telling me it's not California? It's Texas. What's up, Texas? Where the fuck you at? Texas, Maine, Alabama? I thought it wasn't going to come to your doorstep, Texas. I thought it wasn't going to happen in Texas. Are you shitting me? When he said that shit, my mouth dropped because I would have swore up and down it would have been California. Because you guys know, California, besides Hollywood and Silicon Valley, California is an agricultural state. We have the garlic, the tomatoes, the oranges. We have a lot of beef in California. We are a huge agricultural competitor. We're not just, the beaches and movies and tech companies, okay? Between LA and Santa Barbara, it is nothing but fucking farmland, right? You guys know that, right? Okay. You guys sit here and tell me the Chinese own more farmland in Texas, Maine, and Alabama? I don't know how to help y'all.
Over 40% of the additional 3.4 million acres acquired by foreign investors in 2019 was located in Texas, Oklahoma, and Colorado. Of course, they're going to try to buy out Texas. Mike Lindell said, we lose Texas, we lose the whole country. And to a certain extent, that is true. That is true. Y'all know that Texas used to be its own country, right? So when you start to devalue what Texas is, and you allow other countries to buy it up, it becomes more vulnerable. There's a lot of precious things here in Texas. Everything's bigger in Texas, right? But when you allow the enemy to get their hands on our homeland, in our states, and all across our country, we become vulnerable like never before. A matter of fact, I heard this last year, and I cannot remember where I heard it, but y'all may be able to find it. I was listening while this individual was interviewing different farmers and ranchers. And they were like, why did y'all sell y'all's land to China? Their response? Well, they offered us a lot of money. Our kin didn't want the land. So China gave us a better offer than anybody else. So we got it from them. And got the money from them. And family didn't want it. And China gave us the had the highest bid. Let me tell you something, people. Listen to me closely. When you give our land to foreign countries so you can have more money in your pocket, you are part of the problem. We can talk all day about how our generation, or at least the past couple generations, how pathetic and soft and entitled they are. But there are still a lot of people who would be by the land that are here in the U.S. You are selling our homeland, pieces of our homeland, to our enemies. Also, you can have all because you can have a bigger wallet, huh? That's selling us out. That's selling us out. No better than the politicians who receive money under the table by our enemies. No better. That may sound harsh. I don't care. That's the truth. And it needs to be said. It needs to be said. Shame on anybody who sells their land to a foreign country. Also, they can have a bigger wallet. Shame on them. Shame on them.
I'm going to go ahead and pause it there. Again, go back to your search engine, whatever you use, DuckDuckGo, whatever you want to use. Type in land ownership by China in Texas, whatever variation of those words you want to do, and go through and read the articles. Because the articles he read off aren't even the articles that are on mainstream Google. Daily Mail has an article about it. Forbes magazine has an article about it. I just showed it to you. I didn't read it to you, but I showed it to you. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? Really? So I think after 2 years of trying to figure out why Texans are so soft, well, here we go. Some of y'all is traitors. Now it all makes sense. Now it all makes sense. Privately, some of y'all are motherfucker traitors. And I'm not talking about the politicians. I'm talking about the private landowners whose excuse was that their children didn't want to run the ranches. Their children didn't want to run the farm. That's your fucking excuse for selling to China? Really, Texas? Where the fuck you at? He's right. Electoral college, once Texas flips, they get a clean sweep. And I hear from all the locals now as they want to move away. Pathetic. I'm sure. So now we understand. Because the truth is, the reason y'all are such pussies in this state is the truth is y'all don't have a backbone to begin with. Everything being bigger in Texas was all hype for all of these years. It was all hype. Now, you did hear him say, Chinese ownership, and this is America-wide, but Chinese ownership from 2009 to 2019 had doubled. But most of that is in Texas. So that means the Chinese ownership, that means sales to the Chinese of farmland doubled as well in Texas. Okay. So y'all soft. Y'all soft. The truth is, the reason y'all are such pussies is because you were never cowboys to begin with. Maybe 100 years ago, maybe 50 years ago, maybe even 30 years ago, maybe y'all were. But at least between 2009 and 2019, half of y'all, half of those who sold their land to China cared more about money. Y'all sellouts. Y'all ain't about that life. You're not about America. You're not about the Republic of Texas. Y'all not about that life. So that's why, and I'm reverse engineering this in my mind. It's not that y'all just suddenly became pussies. Y'all have always been pussies. Or at least over the last 20 years or so, y'all have been pussies. Okay? That's the answer. Nothing happened. Nothing changed. Y'all was soft from the beginning. It was all hype. It was all hype. Anyway, this is a pamphlet that I want to bring to your attention. This was given to me by somebody who wrote a book, and this was at the American Freedom Tour that I went to about 4 weeks ago. You guys, I did a little live streaming before and after. That was the Trump event. It was a lot of fun, and I still haven't done my Ultra Maga, but I'll do it tomorrow. I promise I will do Ultra Maga tomorrow. So there was this book called Let My People Go. And there's a here's the Amazon link for it. Let My People Go, Why Texas Must Regain Its Independence. Now, I am not advocating for this book because I have not read it. I have not purchased it, but I'm with you because it was given, I met the person who wrote this, and I just, maybe this individual has some ideas. And what do we do here on Red Pill Rage? We discuss ideas so we can come up. You see how YouTube abuses me? I'm just an abused wife. That's all I am. They just abuse me every time I get hot. Every time I get hot. Every time I get hot. Okay. Anyhow, I'm going to read the description, and you guys, if you live in Texas and you want to read this, please go check it out. And I would love, if anyone wants to read this book, to come back to me with an email or contact me on my socials and just let me know what you think of this book. Okay. But I'm just going to read the pamphlet here, and I have the Amazon, information here so you guys could buy the book. Maybe I'll buy it, but I'll probably, by the time I'm done reading all these other books, I'll be in Florida anyway, so I don't give a shit. Let My People Go, Why Texans Must Regain Its Independence. The federal government is openly hostile toward Texan people. It is waging war on American oil and natural gas producers. It is crushing the middle class with inflation. It has opened the southern border to invasion. It is using your tax dollars to subsidize the slaughter of unborn children. The federal government is beyond redemption. Any attempt to drain the swamp, however valiant, is doomed to failure. Furthermore, we cannot have authentic presidential elections. Then the United States is no longer a constitutional republic. The United States Constitution still exists on paper, but no longer exists in practice. If Texans want to live in a free and prosperous country with limited government and the rule of law, then they should be willing to consider independence from the federal regime. Now, how many times have I heard Texans talking about, oh, well, we're a republic. Okay, well, then be a republic. Then be independent. But you see, they soft. They ain't gonna do that. Peaceful, lawful succession will give Texans control over their own destinies. Let My People Go, Why Texas Must Regain Its Independence, examines both the urgent necessity and constitutional legality of restoring the national sovereignty of Texas. It is available on Audible, iTunes, Amazon as an audiobook, and on Amazon as a paperback and ebook. This is about the author. Scott Winston Dragland is an Army veteran, West Point graduate, and the author of Let My People Go. The back is what Amazon customers have to say about Let My People Go. Quote, this book shows how the federal government has seized power from every state in the United States and ignored the constitutional rights of every U.S. citizen. It also shows why the federal government is beyond redemption. The author advocates the secession of Texas from the United States and shows why this is in fact in accordance with the U.S. and Texas constitutions. See again, cowboys, where the fuck you at? Where you at? Like, y'all been talking about this shit. Do it. Do it so we can be free. Do it so you can be free. Are y'all about that life? Are y'all about that secession life or not? Are you your own republic or not? Because somebody tell me something. Somebody tell me something, because I don't understand. Well, I understand now because Anthony of the Christian Constitutional Podcast, he explained it. And now I understand that y'all ain't serious about your shit like you talk like you are. Anyway. What's up, Mr. Braiding? Don't call me Hathead. Don't be calling me Hathead. It's a mess under here. It's bad. Quote, many authors have been sounding the bell of the decline of our country. Scott Winston Dragland not only sets out the problem in clear and concise manner, but more importantly, he sets out the lawful and peaceful solution for Texans. This is not a firebrand, we have to do something book. It is a thoughtful, rational, well-reasoned presentation. It also gathers the source material together from many areas, which makes it a great resource reference tool. Very well done. Quote, the strengths of this book are in its meticulous research and analysis. Nowhere else is there such a detailed review of all the incidents surrounding the 2020 presidential election and the blatant manipulation of the results. Sharp logic is used to analyze the implications of everything that has happened and the inevitable consequences. Texas may not be the only state to secede. Others could follow suit. What would be left behind if it is a rump of liberal Marxist states which are not viable economically? This work is an excellent read. It expresses a standpoint that is currently suppressed and ignored. The debate it initiates needs to be pursued vigorously, not just for Texas, but for free people everywhere. What's up, Texas? Like, what's up? What's up? What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing here? Because I can't figure it out. I cannot figure you guys out. So again, make sure that you are listening to and subscribe, leave comments, and rate Anthony at the Christian Constitutional Podcast, which is on hopefully iTunes, but definitely on iHeartRadio and Spotify. Type this in your bar, check out all his other links, check out the products, the American-made products that his wife has, and then check out this. Oh, look who's here. Look who's here. You are very welcome, Anthony. Very, very welcome. We very much, I am a huge fan. You are a real rider. You're a real patriot, and I am so proud that we connected, and I can't wait to meet you and your wife. Also, guys, check out the Let My People Go book. Again, I don't know if I'm going to add it to the Red Pill Reading Book Club. I don't know if I've got the energy to read any more books right now. I'm already struggling to read all these stack of books that I already have. But please, And thank you. Well said. Hold the line, guys. Stand tall, patriots. Please, please, for me, for yourselves, and if for your kids, and if you don't have kids, for your friends' kids, for your for your siblings' kids, your nieces and nephews, for your neighbors' kids, please do it. Okay? Stand tall, hold the line. Thank you, Anthony, for joining. I'm so happy you were here. You are an incredible podcaster. You are everything that the conservative grifters are not. And I say that from the bottom of my heart. Everyone on my channel knows what a ball buster I am. And I know you can handle it because you were in the military. I am a fucking ball buster. I will critique and I'm a Virgo. So I will critique everything about everybody. A lot of people that I used to support are fucking entertainers. You are not an entertainer, Anthony. You are so much more than that. And thank God you are here with us. The articles that you give us, the research that you do, this is what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for the bells and whistles. I'm not looking for how many followers you have and how many times you've been on Fox, how many times you've been speaking at CPAC. None of that shit matters to me because I've partied with everybody. I know everybody's dirt. I know who's drinking. I know who's sleeping around. I know who's doing coke. I know who's selling t-shirts. I know who's just in it to fucking raise money because they wanted to quit their day job and do content creation full time. For the rest of us who are not like that, this is like what this is real for us. This isn't a game for us. People like me and you, Anthony, this is not a game for me and you. This is real life shit. We're not here to sell t-shirts. We're not here to post our Cash App on every single fucking thing we do. We're not here to get on Fox News and sell whatever. Like, I'm not here for that. We're here for the lions, not the sheep, Anthony. So you are welcome. You are very welcome. Clue says, thank you for your content. Clue, you are going to love Anthony. Make sure you subscribe to him on Spotify, okay? And let's all leave comments as well and rate Anthony on Spotify. All right, listen, guys, this has been long enough. I'm going to take a little break. I'm going to get some videos and stuff together. We need to talk about Matthew McConaughey. I'm a bit embarrassed. We need to talk about Matthew McConaughey. I'm a little bit upset. I'm not upset. I'm concerned. Exactly. What's up? So listen, let me take a little break. I made some sweet biscuits last night, and I made this mixture of sugar-free Ready Whip with probiotic yogurt. It's really good and it's like really healthy. And I've got some blueberries. So I'm gonna make myself a little blueberry shortcake because I'm hungry. I'm gonna get me another blood and honey beer, which is one of the best beers that I've had since I moved out here. And then I'll come back as soon as I can. Okay. Yeah. We need to discuss Matthew McConaughey. All right. Thank you for being here, Anthony. Thank you, everyone else.